Welcome everybody to the Team Kill podcast. I am KILLINGspree37, also known as KILLINGspree37.
And my name is Silencer 214.
This would take the longest pause ever. All right, guys. Basically, this podcast is to, pretty much give you guys my opinion and Silencer's opinion on multiple things that are happening within the gaming community. The reason why we chose Team Kill, guys, it was pretty obvious. When you're on a team, you try to do objectives, but me and Silencer really don't play that well together. We actually spend a lot of time trying to kill each other, and oftentimes, if the game allows us to, we'll be able to get that off. So we decided, you know what? We'll name it Team Kill Podcast because even friends catch strays sometimes, and Silencer is nothing short of a person that catches strays, especially from me. That's the main reason we decided to go with the name, because I make fun of him, he makes fun of me, and it just keeps us humble at the end of the day. But go ahead, Silencer, go ahead and just tell people, give a quick little introduction, a little rundown about yourself. A lot of people don't really know you. They know me kind of, but just kind of give them a little introduction.
So I started playing, for those of you that don't know, with Killing Spree as soon as Apex dropped, maybe in season 3 or the start of season 4, one of those. I'm a casual player. I don't have all day to play. So I would consider myself a casual player with average skills, where sometimes I get, popped, but it happens. I have a background in, I guess you can say I'm a card doctor, and everything else just comes all full circle when it comes to the gaming world. And I try to fight with this killing spree guy who's always making fun of me for dying, but then he doesn't realize he's dead. And I guess that's all the little background that I'm gonna give you guys. And yeah, hope you guys like this little new podcast that we started. See how it goes.
Well, if they don't, they'll tell us, buddy.
It's
listen,
okay.
listen. This community that I put together are a bunch of trolling. There's a word I can say, but we're like about a few minutes in where they will demonetize the video, and we're all about getting money on YouTube. So I'll save it for later on. But yeah, guys, I met Silencer way long ago. I met him about 2013, 2014. One of the first games we played was GTA 5. Surprisingly, that it's still around and popular as ever. We played GTA 5. We kind of hit a dry spot where we never really played games. Life got in the way, but eventually we were able to rekindle that relationship with Apex and a bunch of Battle Royale games, and it's been really fun ever since. And when I thought about doing a podcast, there's nobody else that I would think of doing this with besides Silencer. He's been the guy that's always been supportive, one of the guys that always just pushes me to do things behind the scenes and helps me with like every single endeavor. So I thought, why not bring him along just to the gaming channel in general, but like, to do podcasts and other things behind the scenes that we can probably get done and stuff. So, shout out to Silencer for, coming to the podcast and deciding, he wanted to be a part of it. As for me, guys, you know who I am. I'm KILLINGspree37, KILLINGspree for those people that don't know. I really got into gaming at a very young age. When I was about, I want to say 4 or 5, we really got into the video games. So I have a story actually of how we got our first gaming system. I don't know what year it was, but it was like maybe 2000, 2001. It was around that time when we first moved to Colorado. Right after school, my brother would take me on these bike rides. He would pick me up from school. He would always, he had this nice bike that my mom bought him, a brand new Mongoose, like mountain bike that he put pegs, and boy, was it like, it was a really good bike, And one day he picked me up from school. He's like, "Hey, hurry up and get on because we got to go." And I'm like, "Well, where are we going?" He's like, "We're just going to go on a ride." So I get on the back of his bike, and we're passing our house and our block. And I'm like, "Well, where are we going?" "Oh, we're going to the store." "Oh, we're going." Maybe he has a girlfriend that, we're going to go to his house, and I'm going to go play with her brother while he goes makes out with her. And we passed the girlfriend's house. Now I'm realizing that we're going far. We've never gone this far from the house, let alone on a bike, right? So it was about, I want to say 6 miles. I realized it was only 5 to 6 miles because every time I pass by this street when I'm going to downtown Denver, I keep track of the miles from the GPS, and I realized that it was about 5 to 6 miles. So we get to a stranger's house, well, at least a stranger to me. It was actually my brother's friend. He goes in there. I'm hanging out with the little brother, and my brother and his brother go into a different room that's in the basement, which I'm assuming was his room. They were pretty much in there for a little bit. I couldn't really hear the talking, couldn't be nosy. And eventually my brother came out with a black bag. So he was like, all right, he daps them up. They leave. And we get out of the house, and I keep telling my brother, hey, you're forgetting your bike. You're forgetting your bike. And he's like, what bike? And he grabs me, right, by my shirt, and I'm like, what do you mean what bike? But he's my older brother, so I'm not going to say anything because he used to whip my ass. So we start walking, and, a couple blocks, I started to get tired. We don't have water. We're fresh out of an 8-hour day from school, and I'm looking at him like, we could have been home. Like, where's the bike? He's like, what bike? The bike was stolen. And I knew he was lying, but I knew what the narrative he was trying to paint was. He was trying to tell you that the bike was stolen, but in the same sense, it was like it wasn't stolen because we rode there on the bike. So we started to get closer to home, and I started to see the block and the sign. I'm familiar with my surroundings. I'm getting to the point where, like, all right, I know where we're at. We're very close to home. I keep asking him, what happened to the bike? Why are we walking home? And it's almost time for my mom to get home. It's around, I want to say like 5:30, 5:45. She usually gets home at 6:15. And we get to the house, and I'm really tired. And my older brother, he's like, hey, where were you guys at? Like, we were waiting for you. We got worried. And my brother was like, oh, we just went around the corner. And I was like, okay, now I realize now that he's really lying. He's really getting to the point where he's even lying to my older brother who can kick his ass. So now I'm like, either he did something bad or, he just doesn't want to say at the point. So we go to his room, and he opens the black bag. Inside the black bag was a brand new Super Nintendo with a couple games. So I realized at that point that my brother had traded his bike for the Super Nintendo, and we had to walk 5 miles back to our house. Now, he kept telling me that it was stolen, thinking it would resonate and it would stay in my head. So I wouldn't tell my mom, because my mom would always ask me everything, and I would always lie, but she would know that I was lying. So he's like, yeah, I got this. And then he finally tells my brother, I traded the bike, but we're going to tell my mom that it was stolen. So my mom comes home, and she's like, well, where's your bike? I don't see it outside. He's like, oh, we've been robbed. And I was like, my mom was asking me, because I was outside. She's like, did you see anybody that might have took the bike? Oh, yeah, I think I might have seen somebody. And I described his friend, but I don't say nothing. So my mom was like, well, if you see him around again, we need to take the bike back from him and stuff like that. But man, was I pissed walking 5-6 miles for a Super Nintendo. But at the end of the day, guys, that's what got me into gaming, stuff like that. I come from a very competitive background where, I was the youngest of 3 boys, but the youngest of 4 total siblings. So I have an older sister and 2 older brothers. And basically, they loved first-person shooter games, any sports games, any game where you could be a victor based off you going against somebody else in the family. I was involved in those type of games. 007, GoldenEye, 2K, NFL, Madden, stuff like that, guys. It just come from a very, very competitive background. Since I was young, I've always had some of the best systems, if not brand new, maybe like a month or 2 later when they would come out. And that's pretty much how I got into gaming. And the basic overall concept of this, guys, is I'm a gamer by heart. Caesar's a casual gamer. He's going to give you the casual opinions of what people might think about the game or some gaming news, and where I kind of dive deep into that type of stuff. But that's pretty much it, guys. Do you want to add anything, Caesar, before we get into the topics?
Well, I guess A little background, like you said, with the Golden Eye. That was actually my first shooting game that I ever played, and I was what, maybe 11 or 12, and we had it on that Nintendo 64, and I never knew what it was until, like you said, your brother bought it. So my brother bought it, and I would sit on that thing and just play all day and all night, and it got addicting to a point where didn't want to pop. But and then what got me more into gaming was I learned about I heard about Zelda, so I was like, what the hell is that? And then Zelda was I don't know, for me Zelda was one of those games where it just got me into a mentality of what the gaming world can be, just because you can explore and all that. So that was I guess my favorite game, and that's what got me into being like, okay, I'm gonna get more into gaming. But as I grew older, life got in the way, and didn't have enough more time, and that's how I became a casual player. But I guess overall, my favorite games were Zelda and like GoldenEye for being the first game that I ever played,
I remember
shooting
playing
game.
Zelda too. Zelda, I beat the game. Well, I got close to beating the game, but once my brothers realized that I was able to solve puzzles and stuff, they wouldn't let me finish the game. They would call me over like, "Hey, can you figure this out?" And I figured it out, and they'd take the remote back from me and would beat the game. So technically, I beat Zelda, but my brothers beat Zelda. So,
They took the
all
credit.
right, they took the credit. I've had them do that plenty of times, bro. I've been at the arcade a few times and I've gotten the high score and they'd put their initials over my initials. They're like, let me do it, you're gonna run out of time when they'd put their initials. Like, where's my stuff at? I don't see my initials, and I'm like, you guys are assholes, bud.
This was just the third wheel.
The third wheel, bro. They used to take my tokens, my high scores, everything. But
Damn.
let's go ahead and get into the first topic, man. Hyperscape, a new battle royale hit the block. Silencer, what do you feel about this new battle royale, and how well do you think you'll fare when me and you download it and get into the action?
Well, I've seen a couple tweets, and some people compare it to Apex a lot. I think it's gonna be not a big difference. Like whenever we tried getting into Call of Duty, my aim was trash. It took me maybe a couple of days to get okay at it. But I think Hyperscape is gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna be a big ass um, difference from Apex. So I think it's gonna be one of those games that is gonna try to dominate, but at some point I don't see it being popular. To be honest, it's one of those games that it has a little bit of hype, and then it's gonna die out.
Right. Yeah, it looks a little. Well, let's not get away from the fact that you said my aim used to be trash, because it's a little it's
Hey,
a little stiff.
listen, I can hold
Dude,
the R99 pretty steady and kill somebody with one magazine, so I
yeah,
think it's
with the
okay.
with the settings you got, bro. Listen, I've died a couple times, and he's had to respond to me in Apex, or even I want to even say in Call of Duty. Man, was this guy's aim stiff as fuck? I'm like, man, I'm like, adjust your horizontal sensitivity, your vertical. And I'm like, you could spin around and do stuff. It shit's slow. But I do
Yeah,
agree
but
with
the
you.
vertical
The vertical is
helps
with
you
the yeah
with the recoil.
yeah the vertical is what helps you. But the turning the horizontal when you go left to right, that'll help you a lot more.
You want me to put it like a 10? Fucking gave me this and throw up.
Go to maximum. So I do agree with you on Hyperscape. It's a new thing to hit the block. I think from what I've seen from it, it didn't look that exciting. It didn't look exciting at all. It was a new game. Just overall, from what I've seen from the beta, it just looked to be a little lackluster as far as characters, as far as actual overall gameplay. The gun seemed very Halo-ish, which isn't a bad thing. But at the same point, I could see it being a very boring game, a flash in the pan, if you will. And I don't think it's gonna be able to take over Apex or Warzone. Right now, that's all it is for me. Fortnite has died down significantly, and all I'm seeing right now on my timeline and Bleacher Report Gaming is Warzone, Apex. That's pretty much the top things, the two top war zones. I'm sorry, the two top battle royales that I'm seeing, and I don't think anything's going to be topping that for a while.
Oh yeah.
So how do you feel overall about battle royales like taking over normal like first person shooters, team deathmatch, multiplayer stuff like that. Because it was a big difference between you going. It was like 10 versus 10. You could die unlimited times. In a different aspect where you're dropped into a map, a big map with a team of three, and you would take on other teams of three, and you would outlive them. You only get to die once sometimes, and it's just a whole different aspect. So how do you feel about battle royale potentially taking over, if you feel like it even took over?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it just got better because it got to a point where it's more competitive in a way, where they actually test your skills rather than lucky situations or just being in a situational um, type of space where you're like, oh yeah, this helped me because this guy didn't see me or blah blah blah. You actually have to strap up and show them your skills to actually get some decent wins and not mess up your kill to death ratio like back then.
Right,
So
right.
it's just been really competitive, and I think that it helps people, I guess, increase their overall skills.
Hmm.
Because other games, like yeah, you play them, but I don't think they actually polish those skills very much, like Apex or Call of Duty. Because if you're
Hmm.
not on your toes, you'll die real quick.
Yeah, I do
So
agree with you
I
that
I
way.
think it's taking a good future.
Yeah, it's definitely. My personal opinion is that it took over, in a sense where it just made those type of games much fun. I played multiplayer Call of Duty, and it got to the point where it was like team deathmatch, plant the bomb, disarm the bomb, capture the flag. Those modes eventually got to the point where they were not fun anymore. Call of Duty is historically famous for having those type of modes and them being fun and not fun based off the kill cams. But let me tell you, when Warzone dropped, there was something about Warzone on Call of Duty that just felt right. It was way different from, I want to say, Black Ops, the blackout
Yeah.
version of the battle royale. That didn't really
Hmm.
feel like Call of Duty. This feels like Call of Duty overall with the vehicles, with the it's like a big war zone or like a big ground war type of match. So it really worked
Yeah.
out well in their favor. I don't see battle royales actually going anywhere, and I think they're only going to get stronger from here. I don't see anything topping this for a while, to be honest with you. Battle royale is here to stay, and actually, I think that's the final evolution of multiplayer games. So I'm pretty psyched about that. And to add on what you were saying too, for the aspect and stuff, I would go into a multiplayer match on Call of Duty, and would drop like 50 kills with like 10, 15 deaths. But at least when you're in, a Warzone battle royale or even an Apex, man, would your the skill level would be drastic because you wouldn't try to die because you can only die maybe once or twice, and then it's a wrap for you, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, but I do feel like I should ask you this too. Which is the harder the harder battle royale? I personally think from playing Warzone to Apex, when I played Apex and then went into Warzone, my aim and stuff was incredible. But when I go from Warzone to Apex, the gap is the skill gap is like completely different.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know. It's a little more hard, I guess, on Apex just because of the fast movements. Like on Warzone, it's cool because it's a little bit more mellow, but I feel like Apex, you have to always be on the run, it's super fast, and your response time has to be is critical for you, either winning or taking out a crew and stuff like that. So if you're not fast, they wipe you out real quick. And on Warzone, you can just lay back a little bit, see them from far away, move to the next circle. So I don't know. I feel like Apex just has more action impact than Warzone at some point, to a certain extent. Because me and you have had some really intense fights in Call of Duty, which were like, "Yo, what the fuck is just going on?"
Hmm.
But on Apex too. But I feel like Apex has more of a. I guess it's just because of the fast pacing gameplay that
Hmm.
just makes it feel like it's more. You have to be more concentrated rather than just taking it slow. I guess if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. Also, what I noticed too is that a lot more camping in Warzone, and
Yeah.
for instance, the sniper is going to be two different things. In Apex, when you get cracked by the Kraber, you can't see it glints, the little sparkle thing you see in the scope
Hello,
when the
Diamond.
sniper, yeah, the little diamond thing that comes off from the scope. You don't see that. There's no warning. There's no indication.
Yeah, true.
If they see you, you can't see them, and I believe that that's a little different thing that they have in Warzone, where you're able to see your enemy a lot more better. But yeah, I do feel like Apex has the bigger skill gap, and I think it's just based off of shields, 100% shields, shields and knockdown shields.
Yeah, because I mean, on Apex, it's hard for me. I guess my best game was 7 kills, and the first 2 weeks, I popped like a 5 kill on Warzone, which I feel like I didn't really have to fight for it. But on Apex, every game feels like I have to fucking fight for my
Fight.
life and stuff. So yeah,
Fight for your life.
getting
I'm
rushed.
telling you. I'm telling you. There's a few times where we played Apex and I'm like, man, this food silencer could have done a little better. And then we go into Warzone and like he's laid back, chill, he knows what he's doing. And I'm like, why can't you carry this type of skill, you level, and take it to fucking Apex? Because let me tell you, this was season when we first played Warzone. He had it at least had like 5 kills per game. And that wasn't even him thirsting kills. He was like squad wiping teams and was taking them. I'm like, damn, this could be good. And then we started playing it. And then we hit like a rough patch where we weren't winning shit. And we met some guy from, where was he from? Spain?
Venezuela, that boy Chinito.
Venezuela, yeah. His name was Chinito. So we met him. And man, the skill level was just different. And yeah, I was like, man, you can't take this over to. I would be excited, like the season would begin for Apex. And I'm like, hey, let's go over there, let's get some content. And we would go over there, and he'd be like, Dad, within as soon as we landed, get a P2020 and a Mozambique, and get his cheeks clapped. But yeah, it was
The damage
crazy.
okay.
All right, serious question: how much have you ever paid for a game?
Uh, so I guess when it comes to multiplayer, I've spent the most money on this Apex game. I think I spent already close to 180, 150 maybe,
Oh,
buying those stupid packs and
listen,
everything else for no damn
listen,
reason.
listen. I've spent more than that. I
Yeah.
don't.
So I
I
mean,
don't.
for
I
me,
don't feel safe to say because I feel like I'll be judged. But if you see all the skins I've got on Caustic, you'll know. The real ones know exactly how much those fucking them shits were worth. Listen, when I had a great job, man, was I living life like getting all the costumes I wanted. Then shit died down, and I'm like, oh,
I don't have a
crafted
problem
metal.
spending it, but I just have to like that skin for Loba, right? That recently, I like that one better than the Wraith one, even though I kind of play with it more. I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. Personally, that's the game that I've spent more money on, but I don't know. It'd probably just continue because those packs, I'm trying to get something legendary, but it never happens.
So
It always disappoints me.
would you spend $500 on a video game?
I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. So slowly it's gonna happen.
A
Something.
thousand dollars?
I don't know about that. We'll see.
What
Listen, if the
about
content in the game is good, I don't have a problem supporting those developers because, like I've told everybody, and even on that damn Apex group, if you were a developer, you would not work for free, and you would be happy as hell if somebody spent 10, even $20 on that. That'll go to your, to pay for you for your paycheck. So it's not. I don't see a problem with it because it's something you enjoy, and the game is free anyways.
but what about a game that's very old and doesn't have updates or content daily?
Nah, you have to do a really good.
Well, then this, buddy, is going to sound very stupid to you. A guy bought a Super Mario Bros. Sealed copy for, I'm assuming Nintendo 64 or Super Nintendo for $114,000.
God
This sale
damn.
has broken the world record for the sale of a single game. So What are your thoughts on that overall? First of all,
Personally, I would not buy that shit. That's a house. Because my mind goes into a different. When it comes to that big amount of money, it goes into investing and all that shit. So
that is a house. It's 114. That's definitely like
that's a house,
a
man.
little nice in the projects.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy must be loaded. Where he's like, oh, I don't know what to do with these 100K. Here, just let me buy a game.
Listen,
Because the rich, when they get a lot of money, they get bored and just spend on dumb shit.
I know, like children and fucking Jeffrey
Oh
Epstein
yeah,
and
children.
those fucking assholes. Listen, the rich are a different level of sick. Okay, when I hear people buying, let's not even talk about like the Wayfair situation and the human trafficking and stuff. While it's all serious, right? But I've
Yeah.
seen people that were rich buy the most stupid shit ever. 104. I can go down the street right now to Doc's Video Games by my house and literally buy this for like $50, probably most max.
Or you can probably
Used.
buy a Sony share with that money. Be stacked for life.
Oh, you could have done a lot more with that money. Listen, if they had the money, they had the money. Somebody wanted that game brand new. It was like, yo, I'll take it.
Watch this fool fucking get a loan out to buy it.
Imagine what goes through your mind, like especially me. Like, I bought a couch at like IKEA that was like maybe like a little bit out of my price range, about like 2 racks, 2,000 for the people
Uh,
that don't know that term. But even then I was like, man, my mouth was getting cotton dry. I was like at the register shaking, like, do I really want to spend this much on a damn couch? But over 100K in just on one game, that a very old game that's not really special, but it has nostalgia to it. But 114,000 on a game.
but you do have to realize that this fool just literally brought that value up for no reason.
Well, brought the value up, and I was also thinking like, man, COVID has people just like,
Yeah.
I wanna
Yeah, but
play this
who the hell's
game.
gonna buy this game in COVID at 100 rack just to play it during the coronavirus season?
Man, you could
Yeah,
have
let
had
me
a
just buy
lot
a
of
hundred
fun.
thousand.
You could have had a lot of fun in Vegas with 114. Oh man. I know I was mad. I was even wondering if I should even bring it up during the podcast because I was like, am I hating for judging somebody spending 100 grand
It's not
on a
judging.
game?
I mean,
But it's not even judging. It's just like you get to wondering like, damn, like I wonder what else he bought like for that much. It reminds me of like like the stigma where like when you sell white guys weed, and it's like $30 for an eighth.
yeah.
It's like somebody really hit it with like, shit, I'll give you a hundred K for that Mario. Bet. Take the money.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Nah,
crazy.
I can't mess with those old school systems. That's why I'm happy about the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Which one are you gonna get?
Oh, this the PlayStation. I don't like Xbox at all. Not a fan
Oh,
of it.
that's the next thing we can talk about is the PS5 versus the Xbox. Listen, that thing looks like a paper shredder. It looks like a little locker that you have when you start a job and they want you to put your little vest and uniform in there. That's, man, like my shoebox is bigger than that. I wear size 16s. And no, that Xbox Series X is probably bigger than my shoebox. It's like an
You know
ugly
what?
shoebox, bro.
It's an upgraded version of that little basket they give you when they fire you at an office. There you go. Pop that shit in there.
The one where you put all your shit in?
Walk with pride. Yeah. Walk with pride out the door, buddy.
That is a cinder block, bud. That's what the mafia is gonna put around your feet when they throw you in the ocean. Fuck a cinder block. Just put an Xbox Series. Oh, oh, oh.
No chance
No.
of survival right there.
Listen, and then people are talking about the PlayStation 5 being too long. Listen, women like length, not girth. I don't know. I don't know actually. I can only speak on one aspect. I'm not gonna give that away. But listen, I'm hearing things that the PS5 is. It looks nice overall. It looks nice. The color scheme to me looks nice. The Xbox. Well, I really haven't had an Xbox since like the original Xbox. It just doesn't have. I want to say like the flair of it being like a better system. There's too many things on PlayStation, like the Ghost of Tsushima that I'm
Yeah.
playing. I think that's a PS4 exclusive. God of War. You got Spider Man. You got a bunch of things that are like exclusive to the PlayStation where you're like, man, like I can't imagine not owning a PlayStation. And it's like people with Androids and iPhones. I personally think the PS5 is going to wash the Xbox again in the selling. And I still feel
Yeah.
like the
Definitely.
PlayStation 5 is going to be a lot better. But so, as far as specs, have you seen the specs for the Xbox and the PS5?
Yeah, a lot of people are just see. Listen, whenever I was reading those comments on, whenever they released it, there was a bunch of Xbox fanboys talking smack about the PlayStation just because of the specs, and the specs really aren't everything, and that's what people don't understand. You don't need to have the biggest damn specs to play something cool that makes the gamer enjoy the game.
Hmm.
But apparently Xbox just feels that way. So they're just like they just want to throw everything at it. Like, yeah, look, we have the biggest hard drive, just like a competition where it's like, yeah, we got everything bigger. We're just gonna win automatically.
I know I saw some
It
shit
just
like
doesn't work like
it was like, oh, now can do 8K. I'm like, bitch, we're still on 4K.
that. I feel like trying to, yeah.
8K
I
TV.
don't know
You're gonna feel the bullets, bro, just fucking flying out the TV, hitting you and shit. Fuck that.
that.
Too realistic. Yeah, I saw the Xbox fanboys. Let me tell you, I once owned an Xbox, and no lie, I played both religiously because I had one for each system. Mind you, we weren't rich as a family, but I still had one of each system because my
Yeah.
brothers did like a bunch of funky shit to get it. As I told you earlier, um, but I overly enjoyed the PlayStation a lot more than the Xbox. So, and my brother-in-law, he used to have a Xbox, and every time I used to play it, I'm like, this isn't it. The graphics are trash. I want to go bring my PlayStation and come show homie what's up. Because as far as graphics, I always felt like it was just dominant. It's not like for me, it's like a label thing. It's more like what felt better and what overall
Yeah,
has the
exactly.
most games, the more fun you're gonna have, and what friends are gonna probably most likely get. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a PS5, and I think you're gonna probably gonna get one eventually, right?
Yeah, I'm just not gonna get it as soon as it launch because I never get any device whenever they launch. The first batch is always ass. They always do trash because I guess they're quality control. So I always wait maybe a year after and then I pop it because the company has to learn from the bugs after the first batch. They're never gonna get it right the first time.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I did buy the first PS3. Mind you, it was my girlfriend's birthday at the time too. Uh, I left right, and I got the. It was like 11. So it was like her birthday was the next day, and they released it at 12. So at 12 o'clock, it was her birthday and the PlayStation reveal. So I made a decision. She's gonna be tired. She's not gonna be up for that type of stuff. Maybe I'll go and she won't notice. I go. I'm the first person at the Walmart. I get my PlayStation. I damn near almost dropped it too. How nervous I was when they put it in my hand and how heavy and like how the box was and everything. Man, I got home and my lady, I was just like focused on the PlayStation. She was like, "Yeah, happy birthday to me," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, babe." But when I first got the PlayStation, it was buggy. I can honestly tell you, oh, it was the PS4, not the PS3, the PS4. I can
Yeah.
honestly tell you that PS4 was buggy, it overheated and stuff. The only reason why I'm more than likely going to be able to get it on release is I got to make content. So, you know,
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
true.
otherwise, if I wasn't so pressed to do content, I would wait. But yeah, I just get the new system. Put that YouTube money to use.
Yeah, I'm getting a PS5. I don't know, I can't do Xbox. Listen, whenever you remember that era of Xbox when they were coming out with the Death Ring.
Yeah, the Death Ring. Yeah.
Okay, so I bought two of those brand new, right? I bought one, and the next day. It gave me the damn ring. I was like, wow, okay. So I returned and I got a new one. Played it for like 2 days. I got the death ring again. So I contacted the company and I was like, hey, I'm having these problems. You guys have like a updated version where it doesn't do this? 'Cause I'm tired of switching it every goddamn 2 days that I play it. So they were like, yeah, we have a new updated one. We'll send it to you. So I paid for it and I was like, cool, I got it, bro. This goddamn console gave me the death ring in 3 hours.
Oh wow.
So I was like, all right, I'm done. I saw that shit on eBay for $50. I took my losses. Never again. So
Yeah,
I don't know. That's why I always stick with it's just more fluid. I don't know. It's just I guess I left a bad taste in my mouth. That's why I don't like Xbox that much.
yeah. We had a few. So the original Xbox, mind you, was a what a piece of work the original Xbox was, because you could listen to your own music in the game. That's what separated it, like made it a little
Oh
bit
yeah, that was
better.
cool. I
Yeah,
remember
you
that.
could add your own music into the game, and like to me that was the fire thing. Um, just overall, just it was. We had a couple ones that were like the Ring of Death. My PlayStation only did it one time, and no lie, they sent a box where we could send it to them, and like within like a couple days, we got a new one. And I just overall, I prefer Xbox, but yeah, I just always preferred Xbox. I mean, I always preferred PlayStation. I'm sorry.
You,
No, never mind.
yeah, I
I'm
was
all
gonna say, yeah,
switching.
okay,
I'm
okay.
all switching. Well, speaking of
I'm like you was
Microsoft,
reading the specs, huh?
yeah, fuck that. All right, well, speaking of Microsoft, do you know who Ninja is?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know who
What
Ninja
about?
is, he's a favorite Fortnite player, a lovable streamer, the blue-haired white guy. I'm pretty sure you guys have came across him singing his heart out on Mass Singer, getting booted off after one performance. That guy. Well, guess what, guys? I'm pretty sure you know that his Mixer contract ended, and he got paid out. He said no to Microsoft, said no to Facebook, has decided not to go back to Twitch, and started streaming on YouTube. Now, I don't know if he has a deal, but I do see him and his girlfriend or his wife petitioning, hey, look at Ninja on YouTube. And, I think he's going to sign with YouTube, guys. I think he's going to go a different way. It's either YouTube or Caffeine. And I could see it Caffeine because Caffeine would pay him a lot of money. And it has something to do with Fox. But at the same time, he was complaining about the views on Mixer. So I think YouTube is going to be the new home of Ninja streaming. Silencer, what do you think about this so far? First of all, if you were streaming, where would you go?
I would definitely stick with YouTube. I think YouTube is just a better platform for streaming because Facebook it's all right, but I think it still needs a lot of adjustments and development to get it to that spot where it makes the streamer be like, oh, it's a great platform for me to jump in. I don't think it's ready to be a platform for a very high volume of streamers. I think it's good for streamers that are starting because all that sharing and Facebook is a big platform. But for just big streamers like him, I don't think it's that good. So YouTube is pretty good. I mean, I would go that route if I was as big as him.
Listen, YouTube is its own entity. And it used to have two different things where it was YouTube and YouTube Gaming. Earlier, either last year, I believe, or this year, I'm pretty sure it was last year, they decided to combine YouTube Gaming and YouTube into one platform. And it brought a lot of traffic to content creators and gamers that were on the platform
Yeah,
streaming. And they're definitely stepping up their stream. I haven't really streamed on YouTube as of late just because I'm missing a few key components to try to stream, nice and crisp. But I think Ninja staying at YouTube is going to be one of the bigger moves, the best moves for his career, as far as numbers and exposure and stuff. But to the people that are in YouTube, do you realize the traffic that this guy brings to a
yeah,
platform? He brought a bunch of people to Mixer. Mixer, he couldn't save Mixer. He was on Twitch doing numbers, getting paid bank. I forgot how much this contract was, but he was getting paid millions. I remember he said
yeah,
he can buy the bank that owns somebody's house and foreclose their house so they don't have no internet and stuff. This guy has money. So I think if we're talking about the money aspect, I believe he's gonna go with YouTube. If YouTube's smart, they'll offer him a nice little contract the same way they did Courage JD and a lot of other people. I can see him making bank and just bringing that traffic overall. I think we win as content creators if we let Ninja, not let him, but if he does decide to join, we as content creators are gonna benefit off of that too, because they're gonna go to his stream, to his channel, and depending on what content you make, they might gravitate towards your stuff, and that'll be overall a win for everybody. He gets money, he gets his, his fan base, and then we get potential impressions on our channels as well.
Yeah, I mean either that, and since Google bought YouTube, I think there's a bunch of opportunity for streamers or just any creative to get their content out and just be like, hey, I'm gonna do some marketing, use Google, because Google is one of the most powerful marketing out there. So
Right.
I think in that sense, it'll be perfect. If they give them a real good deal, that's just gonna mean that YouTube and Google are gonna see a bigger opportunity for them, so they won't mind paying that.
Yeah, I like Ninja. I like him. I like YouTube. It's two powerhouses at this point. He's already a
Yeah.
powerhouse as far as a upload person, where he's uploading content. But imagine you can stream on YouTube with probably not the same type of technology they have on Twitch, but they're slowly getting there, and they could slowly move up from here. And guaranteed with Ninja on board, they could start adding those little aspects that could separate Twitch and YouTube once and for all and make YouTube the top tier platform to stream on. I already like streaming on YouTube better. I really don't like streaming on Twitch. It's too complicated, for me at least. But yeah. So speaking of Twitch, YouTube, and streaming overall in general, do you know about Dr. Disrespect?
I heard he got banned, but nobody knows why.
Listen, I have my reasons why I think he might have got banned, and why people don't know. Listen, that mustache is a violation to mustaches everywhere. Listen, he
You
has
think
a.
nothing past the terms and conditions?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this from experience. When you're eating out a chick, chicks don't like mustaches, bro. That shit right there, bro, is like a caterpillar. It looks nasty, bro. I've looked at his mustache and I'm like, damn, this has to be fake. Nah, but that mustache is worth a lot of money though. Let me tell you. So yeah, he got banned from Twitch, bro. He got banned. They don't say why he got banned. I kind of have my own little reason. I'm gonna kind of go into it later. Why I think he might have got banned, but I'm also reading a couple hours ago that he's deciding to pursue legal action against Twitch after his ban. They probably told him why they banned him, but I haven't heard anything. I forgot he just signed some type of contract with Twitch too to stream over there exclusively.
On Twitch?
On Twitch, yeah, he decided to stream exclusively over there, and they banned his channel. He says he doesn't know why. His people say he doesn't know why. I have a theory, and it might be kind of wrong, but I kind of think why. I was hearing, and let me tell you, this is from the Reddit post, and this is from what I've seen. I've heard it's for domestic violence that may or may not have happened. The Me Too movement might have went at him because he was already he had a temporary ban for taking cameras into TwitchCon's bathroom. He was live streaming in the bathroom while people were in the bathroom, and that was against some type of California code where you're not allowed to have cameras on at the in the bathrooms and stuff.
You're not allowed to have cameras on in any state.
Yeah, so I was kind of assuming, but I kind of thought that was like more enforced in California. But he went in there with some cameras and was banned. But I was hearing domestic violence, but you can't prove that. Allegedly, mind you, I don't want to get nobody in trouble here. Allegedly, it was domestic violence. Allegedly, it was the Me Too movement that he might have said some derogatory things about women, and they caught up to him, and that's why they banned him. I was also hearing it could have been a violation in some type of contract that he was doing, So either way, when we get the details, because he's going to go to court, and eventually the documents and all that type of stuff is going to get out to the open somehow. We're going to see exactly why he got banned, but I hope it's nothing that gets rid of his character. You don't want to hear your favorite content creator beating women or like saying anything,
Yeah.
like vulgar about women. I mean, it's just going to take a lot away from him as a character because, yeah, his name is Dr. Disrespect. He does rage a lot in his games, so I really hope that it's not that I was hearing that he streamed something and he like was arguing with his wife and they heard something in the background. I don't know. This is all allegedly. This is all stuff that I heard. It might not be true, but I did read it and I was like, it kind of made sense. But yeah, so how would you feel like just getting banned from something and just not knowing exactly what they banned you for? You think he knows what he
Confused.
got banned for? First of all,
I mean, listen, if you get banned from somewhere, they have to tell you why you're banned. They're not just gonna ban you for no reason. I think the only thing is he doesn't want to release that kind of information out to the public.
and they had a contract. So if you have a contract and they banned you, like, well, this is a company that you partnered up with. You're in contact with them. You're not like me, where I gotta email their support team. You're in
Yeah.
direct contact with them, where you were getting paid bank off of some type of exclusive deal with them. So it must be frustrating. Like you said, like it might be confusing and frustrating, but at the same time, he might know, just hasn't gave us the information. But I am hearing that he's not gonna go back to Twitch, win or lose his case, and we might see him on YouTube now, and that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe whenever they ban you, or even to go to court. They have to tell you why you're going to court for. They can't just, oh yeah, appear to court and take your case. Like what for?
Yeah,
You
they'll
need to get
get
a
they'll get more
judge.
information.
Yeah, you need to get a lawyer and everything, and to fight the case. You can't go in there blind with no information. So he must know what he did to ban him, and I feel like it's something really sensitive that he doesn't want to just put it out to the public.
Even that too, but like even pursuing legal action, like it's gonna come out to the light. And even if he truly genuinely doesn't know, hey, I don't know why I got banned. Oh well, they're gonna tell you breached the terms of service and conditions of either our website or the contract, and that's why you got banned. But I'm pretty sure everything's gonna come to light. Like I said, I really just hope that it's not like that. And who knows if he's not gonna go back to Twitch. Let's hope that he goes to YouTube and just brings all those people here, all you lovely people, just brings you all to
Yeah.
us to YouTube, and we could all win. So, there's always a silver lining in these type of things. And like I said, I hope it's not what I think it is. But at the same point, if he doesn't know what it is, it's still up in the air, and hopefully he's innocent on all accounts. All right. Well,
Yeah, true.
speaking of courts, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you to a segment that me and Silencer call 1v1. For those of you that don't know what a 1v1 is, let me tell you. It's when you and another person go at it in a video game, but we are not going at it in a video game. This is pretty much homie court. If you don't know what homie court is, it's pretty much a friend taking another friend to court over something that happened either behind the scenes, on the podcast, or just in general when me and Silencer are playing. And Silencer is going to exercise his right to take me to a 1v1. So, Silencer, I'm kind of a little confused on why you want to take me to 1v1, but I'm going to go ahead and give
Are
you
you
the side of the
confused?
story. Yeah. I'm gonna give you the stand. You have the floor. You're the plaintiff. I'm the defendant. The people that are going to be deciding who's right or wrong, guilty or not guilty, is going to be you guys on the YouTube community polls. So stay tuned for that post when I post it. And just however you feel, just go ahead and click on the vote. But Caesar, you're taking me to a 1v1. I'm going to let you plead your case. I'm going to stay quiet. And you got to provide evidence. And, just go ahead and just tell the people what you're taking me to 1v1 for.
Listen, my opening statement is gonna say, "You and the homie are trash."
Wait. No, you gotta tell them a homie. We gotta bring homies. You gotta have key people. They need to be brought up by name.
All right, this homie's name is Dill
Dill
Pickle.
pickle. Dill
All right,
pickle.
Dill Pickle and you. All right, so listen, this is how it went down. This for Killing Spree said, you know what? I can't get the 4K badge with my skill set, so let's cheat. I was like, all right, I guess I don't really care about a badge. On Apex, you get a 4K badge if you get
Oh,
4,000
oh,
damage.
you don't care. Okay, all right.
So listen, the first 40 minutes of getting this thing set up, where he was like, all right, I'm gonna go first. We're gonna get in the match. You two by yourself, and then me, and then I just pop both of you. Keep popping both of you. Okay, cool. Sounds easy. Tell me why we spent 40 minutes trying to find a damn server to be on the same game. So I was here. I was trying to stay awake. I was dozing off, waiting, being bored, listening to these fools say, "Oh, I can't wait for my 4K badge." All right, so that happened. We finally got it. And then listen, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get it first. But then Mr. Dill Pickle said, "Nah, let me go. I'll do it. I want to do it." So I was like, all right, cool. I don't care. I'll go last. So we spent another, I guess, 40 minutes doing the same routine where it got to the point where I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Then we finally got it. So listen, both of these guys got their 4K badge, which was cool. Cheating. It's not by their skills because they can't get it with their own skills. And then I was like, all right, you know what? It's already close to 3 a.m. I'm gonna just go to sleep and then we'll try again tomorrow. Cool. Everybody was happy. Everybody said, all right, cool. Yeah, we'll try tomorrow, man. All right, cool. So that's it. Next day, wake up all happy. Hell yeah. I'm gonna cheat my way into the 4K badge like these other fools. Came to the point at night, I get on. Me and this fool, Killing Spree, get on. And then we're like, yeah, we just wait for this fool, Deal Pico, to get your badge. And we just started playing some regular matches on Apex, waiting and waiting. And tell me why this fool Pickle did not show up for a whole week after he got his 4K badge. And guess who didn't get his 4K badge? This guy. Well, these two fools on social media were showing off their 4K badge, saying that they got it with all their skills. And you know what? I'm pretty sure some guy in that Apex group said that your that your damage or your skill set did not match for that 4K badge that you had. But you didn't want to tell them you were cheating. So, in my defense, I never got it because you guys cheated. That's why we're here, because you did some sneaky shit where you promised me a badge, but where is it? Where is it? I cannot find it, and I will never find it. So I'm pretty sure you have nothing to say against that because it's all true. And Mr. Dilpico, I'm pretty sure
Oh,
he's hearing,
oh,
and I hope he feels bad about it.
I have a lot to say about that. Are you
Yeah,
done
well,
with your?
like what?
Are
Like
you
you
done
could
with
like you
the? Are
couldn't
you
get it without your skills,
are you done
huh?
with your deposition?
I just gotta put one last thing that you could not get it with your own skills. There, I'm done. Listen, guys, he couldn't get the 4K with his own skills. He had to
Hey,
cheat.
hey!
Let that
Don't
sink
sway
in.
the jury. Don't sway the jury. All right? Are you done with your deposition or not? Order in the
Let that
court.
sink in.
All right, let me drink my water.
All right, I'm done.
Let me get. I'm a little parched because of all the salt being thrown my way.
So the cheating, yeah, cheaters tend to feel that way.
I didn't talk to your deposition. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I, KILLINGspree37, should not be at fault. Here's why. One day I did hit up Silencer. And I said, hey, let's try and get the 4K badge for those of you guys that don't know, it's the 4K damage badge in Apex. Big fancy one with two hammers, blue and white. It's one of the badges that a lot of try-hard people have. So earlier that day, before I even hit up Silencer, guess what pops up on my YouTube feed? You guessed it. It was a guy breaking the damage and kill record in Apex Legends. during the Armed and Dangerous match where they were having mobile respawn beacons when they would die and come back to life. Okay? This guy, a content creator, who I'm not going to give him free promo because he sure got the view out of me. He told his entire Discord, hey, guys, let's all join up in a sniper and shotgun only match where they give us respawns, and let's break the kill record and the damage record. Now, mind you, to save you time on the 40-minute video that they have, he broke it by a whopping almost 300 kills and over 40K in damage, okay? Once I realized how people were getting this type of damage and kills, let me tell you, all credibility for anybody that had the 20 kill badge and the 4K badge was out the window, okay? So I hit up Silencer with the intent of, I played a game with Loba and Silencer took one of my kills and I could have had the 2,500 damage badge, okay? Mind you, that's the second level out of 4. I would have been happy with that. He took it from me, and not only that, I got it with Loba. I didn't feel comfortable with Loba because she's not my main. I'm a Caustic main. So I hit up Silencer thinking, let's friends as friends. Let's do each other a solid. I get the 4K badge, you get the 4K badge, and we'll run into the Facebook group it's an Apex Facebook group. And we'll go in there, we'll share the details of us getting it, or we'll finally have a third person who thinks we're good, and they'll stay, and we'll have a third person that'll be good, and we'll be able to win more games. I tell Silencer the idea, mind you, he didn't think it was cheating when I had asked him. He didn't say all this stuff about skill when I asked him. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I will proceed. He asked me, how are we going to do this and how are we going to do that? I explained to him the situation of how we're going to get into each other's games based off the matchmaking. Now, I was like, but how are we? It's going to be difficult because it's going to be one person. If I go over the limit of shooting you, who's going to revive you? Then he was like, hey, you should hit up Dill Pickle. Mind you, I was thinking about Dill Pickle earlier, but was like, nah, it could just be me and him. He doesn't have to be a part of it whatsoever. Now, I told him that, and he was like, nah, just ask him, and we'll play. We'll get the 4K badge, and everybody will be happy. So we went from 2 people supposedly getting this 4K damage badge to 3 people. Now, at the time, everything seemed like a good idea. Of course, I went first because it was my idea. So we drop in, boom, I get my 40K. I get my 4K badge and the W, okay? I asked him and Dill, who is next? That's what you and him are going to decide. And he told Dill, hey, Dill, you could be next, okay? Because he didn't know the legend that he was going to choose. Okay? So we ended up doing Dill and helping him get the 4K badge. And around this time, it's about 2 o'clock. Okay? We go
at
into... 2 o'clock at night. So it's about 2 my time, and it's about 3 o'clock Caesar's time. There's about an hour difference between us. Dill says, hey, we're not getting into matches. As we weren't. We weren't able to get into matches for some reason. The harder we tried, things were not clicking for us to get into the match as easily as it was previous times. Now, mind you, when it was my attempt, we got into the game twice. And when we did Dill's, it was 1 attempt, and we got it done that 1 time, okay? Dill kept telling us, it's not working, this, that, and the third. We're on different servers. He was doing trios. I was doing duos. It just wasn't connecting. So at that point, Silencer gave us a deadline and said, hey, guys, and if it doesn't work in about 4 to 5 tries, F it, we're going to do it tomorrow. I was 100% down. He helped me. Why not help, throw him a bone, because he won't get the first 4K damage himself. He can't get over 1K, and he's over here dissing me on skill. He's not gonna get it. So let's get him the 4K damage. So he said, okay, 4 or 5 attempts. We did 4 or 5 attempts, didn't work. All right, we did deuces. We hopped off Discord. I went to bed. The next morning, and Dill has a habit of this. I wish Dill was here. I could throw him in here in the deposition. Dill did not message us. He didn't message me. He did not respond to any messages back and forth. And now when he even joins us when we're playing privately, me and Silencer, he does not hop in the Discord and doesn't want to help us get the 4K badge. Now, while I may be guilty in telling him, hey, we'll probably get the 4K badge together, all of us, I do feel like I should be added a little bit of leeway based on the fact that Dill was the person who was helping us get into each other's games and was the whole conduit for us to even do this in the first place. So don't listen to Silencer when he says, my skill, we cheated, because he was down to cheat too. Let's be real. If you're down to cheat, you knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong, but I still wanted the badge. I wanted to brag a little bit. I didn't make a YouTube video saying, hey, I got the 4K badge because I'm a genius, I'm a master. Nah, I was humble. I was humble. So don't judge me for another person's actions, is all I'm saying. So if I'm guilty, I feel like Dill's even more guilty, which should make him guilty and me not guilty. Simple as that.
Are you done?
No, because you fucking suck. Your internet was terrible.
Listen, that was Dill. Dill was complaining. And you know what? Like you said, let's do each other a solid one. But you didn't proceed to be like, hey, let's reorganize it again. That conversation just washed away. You know those. You seen those little kindergartens whenever they're fucking taking a nap time, and then one little kid grabs a cookie and gives it to a girl, and then another kid comes and takes it.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling right now. I feel cheated.
But is it my fault or is it Dill's fault? Because I hit up Dill and Dill's like, yeah, busy doing this, a GTA heist. He's doing his own thing.
One of the things is whenever we're doing it, I was like, yeah, these fools, it's getting hard to get in there. When it was my turn, I'm pretty sure one of these fools switched out the goddamn server so we won't play.
No, listen.
You're laughing.
And wait, and before no, no, I'm only laughing because I told my nephew. Oh shit! I told my nephew if he could help us, and
that fool was useless as hell.
He was useless. He fucking didn't know what we were doing. Wasn't communicating.
That was a real man.
So he really thought it was like for real, and then I was like, "Yo, never mind. They patched it." And I think that was the karma. I told him like, never mind. But I have no clue why it didn't work for you, and I'm still gonna attempt it with you so you could get it. But my only issue is that you wanted to take me to 1v1, and I was like, I didn't even know what it was about. I was like, what do you mean, like off the rip? So let me know. Let us know.
Disrespect out.
No.
I don't know what this is about.
I don't know why I got banned, sir. I don't know why you didn't get the 4K badge. I know why. It just wasn't my fault. Oh man. Listen, it was Dill. At the end of the day, it was Dill. I can't tell him what to do. I told him to pull up, and he was like, "Oh, okay, we'll see."
Listen, tell your viewers if they think it's Dill's fault or your fault, because one of you two has to take the fault.
Listen,
because you two have
I'm
the
saying it's Dill's
badge
fault.
to
You're
go
saying it's
off
my
and
fault.
show it off. It's a little bit of both, but I know one of you fools was out there switching the servers, saying, "No, we can't connect."
Listen, it was Dill. It had to be Dill, bro. Because I was like, I felt bad. Like, even hopping off, I was like, damn, you can't even stay up a little longer. And you're like, no. And I'm like, all right, bro, then we're fine. We'll just do it tomorrow.
Listen, this fool's excuse was, "Oh, it's because he's not level 400." Like, motherfucker, you ain't even level 400 yet, and we did it.
Yeah,
How the hell do we get in rooms with or match with other high level player 500, and we play with them? So there was
yeah.
some sneaky going on
I
there.
forgot to add that to my deposition. Dill did say that maybe it was a difference in skill, and that's why we weren't able to be in the same lobby. And if you know Silencer and you've seen him in gameplay, his one kill ain't comparing to the 6-12 that I get. So, yeah. So I'm leaving it there. It's like I said. I plead not guilty. He says I'm guilty, or if not guilty, guilty by association. So you guys are
Guilty
gonna
by
see,
association. You feel guilty.
you guys are gonna see a community poll on my YouTube channel. You guys are gonna be able to vote for it. I'm a little excited to see that if you guys, are really into it. But man, what a great episode, man! We're about an hour in. It's pretty decent. How did you feel about the episode so far?
It was good. Good start. I'm
It's a
pretty
good
sure we
start.
can knock off some great content later on in the
Yeah,
next one, in the
if you
next
can
episode.
if you can raise your KD up a little bit, buddy. Let me tell you one thing that
Hey,
pisses
listen.
me off. Listen, wait, hold on. And then on top of that, like, all right, we're telling this food silencer, all right, chill and stay alive. And then he goes and he starts rushing people, and I'm like, bro, we're getting my 4K damage. You're giving other people damage.
No, the only way it was because they started shooting over to us. So we would just stay in there and then let them kill me. Nah, you gotta fight, bro.
Them fools knew we were teaming.
Yeah,
They knew we were teaming,
I'm pretty
and were
sure one of
watching.
those
They were
recorded our.
watching us and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they put
recorded
it
it.
on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure you guys knew way long ago I wasn't the 4K damage type. But we'll leave it there, guys. Any You're an asshole too, because I didn't even think you were gonna come and like snitch me out to my own channel and like subscribers too.
If you had the skill, this wouldn't happen, buddy.
Listen, I wasn't gonna brag about it. I was just gonna show it out, a little flex, but I wasn't gonna brag like on stream or make a video about it.
It's
Oh,
literally
sweet
flexing
Caesar.
like a bodybuilder taking steroids.
It's like a T-shirt with the fake abs.
Yeah, exactly. Those
All
fake
right,
abs are your fake skills, buddy.
nah, no, we're not throwing my skills in there. Listen, wait, before we go, I got like almost 800 gigabytes of you fucking losing battles, 1v1s and shit. I can
Yeah, but
release
here's
that
the
shit
difference.
with the
Release
podcast.
it. Here's the difference. You play more than I do. I'm a casual gamer.
Nah, but you have the
I
skills.
play like 3 to 4 hours every single day, or maybe a couple days. But I don't know. You're
Listen,
out there. You're out there streaming and everything. So
you
it
play.
wouldn't be us. It would be such a surprise that your YouTube streamer cheated for a 4K badge. Where is the skill?
Listen, if that's
Where?
cheating, guys, what the hell do you call the guy that had fucking 300 kills and fucking 40K damage? Don't crucify me if you're not gonna crucify that asshole. All right? He did it for content. I just did it for
Listen,
me.
gotta crucify all the witches.
All right, we're gonna
All
cut
of
it
them.
there. You got any last messages, Caesar?
Thank you guys for staying tuned and listening, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, guys, if you guys already know, this is a beta. I'm putting you guys out there. Podcasts are going to be around this long, but mainly going to be vocals until I know for sure that you guys like the content. Once you guys start liking the content, we'll go from there. We'll start making it more intricate, add some webcams and stuff like that. You guys can see Silencer's face reveal, and we can just get into more overall content. So I appreciate you guys listening. It's been a long time coming, guys. I've been waiting for this opportunity just to kind of get on some type of platform and just talk about things. And just like I said, the whole theme of this is just to be able to give our opinions and throw some jokes and catch some strays along the way. But Man, thank you, Silencer. He's going to be a part of it, guys. It's just going to be me and Silencer on the podcast. So shout out to Silencer for coming through and being a part of the process.
Yes, sir.
All right, with that being said, guys, I'm KILLINGspree37.
And this is Silencer 214.
All right, guys, we're out. I'm out!
KILLINGspree37!
Give me some chon chon. Give me some chon chon.
The champion of the world, KILLINGspree37!